computer is what I'll do. Okay. Welcome to our Monday night Fearlessly Free team call. Thank you guys so much for being on. I am coming off of a crazy day here, but I was able to make some notes because honestly, the subject of tonight's call I could talk about for probably ever and ever and ever. Hey, Annie. But I did want to write some notes so I could stay on track, so I could keep you guys, you know how it is. Like I don't want to keep you guys all night, and I want us to be able to have time for discussion. So I am going to mute everyone. If you have any questions, unmute, and you know you can always, always mute all. Okay, so I think I've got everybody muted. But like I said, pop on if you have any questions. So our call tonight is about staying focused, staying in your own lane, and not letting anything or anyone derail your vision. So I like to keep things positive, and I like to focus on all the positive, amazing aspects of this business. However, you guys know that anything, like I made in my post this morning, anything worth having takes work. It's hard. It's not easy, right? And as coaches, as we are building a business, as we are working on our health and fitness and making changes in our lives for the better, sometimes that's not normal. Sometimes people aren't viewing us as, which I don't like that word, but for lack of a better word, what we do is not normal. These dreams that we have, this vision that we have, the way we're building it, it's not normal. It's not easy. However, because of that, we get these abnormal results, like in a really cool, good way. Where else can you build a business like this from home, around your family, around your priorities in your life, and have the potential to replace your income, have the potential to give back to others in a way you could never imagine? So because of this abnormal way of doing things, we have these like amazing results. We have the opportunity for this amazing growth. So I want you to focus on that. And as we're talking tonight, I want you guys to think about what your vision is for this business. I know that we've talked about this a lot, and I know sometimes it probably feels like we talk it to death. However, to keep pushing, to keep going, whether it's for your own wellness results, whether it's for results with this business, you have to have that vision in the front of your brain, and you have to know why you're doing it, right? So when we talk about staying in your own lane and just really focusing on what it is you're about, it's easy to get distracted, right? Life is always going to throw curveballs at you. People are going to be crazy and they're not going to get what we're doing here. There's always all these things to do, and how do we organize it, and how do we make all this work, right? So I'm talking about distractions, right? What really helps me is refocusing on your vision. So I'm going to put some of you on the spot tonight because I think it's really important to remember. So why did you start this to begin with? So whoever wants to unmute, I want to hear you. Like, why did you start coaching? Anybody? I'll be starting to pick people. Like, I'm not. Linda, I'm putting you on the spot. You're unmuted.
Okay.
Why did you start?
The main reason in the beginning that I started as a coach was for the accountability, because I knew as a coach I held myself more accountable, and if other people were watching me and knew what I was doing, I knew I would stick with it more. And as times went on, and it's kind of slacked, I've sad to say the last couple months, the time as went on, I've actually wanted to supplement my income with it, and Hopefully maybe go down to part-time or even do this full-time. So I
Yeah.
really need to get my butt in gear and look at my vision again, because I know I've really slacked a lot.
And okay, so you see this vision, you see, and you're growing a human inside of you. I just want to remind you that. So you have this vision of creating, some replacement income for your family, because that gives you the freedom to be with your family, right? Okay, so that's not why I started this at all. And I started this because of the same reason. I actually started this because I was like, give me my Shakeology for the cheapest you can. Like, I don't care what I have to do, but I want it for super cheap. So, and then it turned into this thing where I saw all these amazing people doing all these amazing things at home with their family, replacing an income. And I thought, why can't that be me? There's no reason, right? And I was talking to Kayla about this earlier tonight. And the reason behind that is, if I can contribute financially to my family, that helps me to feel fulfilled and like I'm contributing. Now, I know in my head, I'm already contributing. I'm already like, I feel amazing and fulfilled as a mom, but I know that contributing financially helps me feel fulfilled as well. All right. So it just can be whatever you want it to be. There's no right or wrong reason for your vision. I know Annie, I'm going to talk about her because she hopped on the call, and I know she won't mind if I share this. So Annie shared with me that the reason she started doing this is because she needed some time for her. She is a full-time stay-at-home mom. She's very busy at home, and she wanted time for herself to pour back into her, to fill her cup first so she can then fill her family's. Right, Annie? Did I get that right? Yes. As she's doing like bath and bedtime right now, I'm pretty sure. So there's all these reasons that we have this huge vision. And what I want to talk about is, it's easy to get derailed because life happens, because somebody says something negative about what you're doing, because they're not comfortable with it themselves. And sometimes we let that affect us. Sometimes and I am so guilty. And especially as I started building this business, I would take things so very personally when somebody said anything negative about my company or direct sales or network marketing. I would like immediately, my mind would go to, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. I can't, like, this is too stressful. And this person thinks this about me. And wow, like, right? Explosion in your brain. But think about it this way. You are letting that person or that thing in your life, whatever's derailing you at the moment, whether it's just having a lot going on, whether it's some sort of loss you're dealing with, like whether it's me right now with, my husband's company closed the plant he worked at, like all these things, you can let them derail you and define like you, or you can use them as growth. I personally feel like I'm not going to let another person's negativity or opinion about something they quite frankly know nothing about other than what I've chosen to share with them. They really don't know anything about it. I'm not letting them make any decisions for me. Okay. And I know it's hard, you guys, when we see those negative things on social media or we hear somebody talk about something under their breath. It's hard for us to let that go because we take that personally, because we take pride in what we do, right? But when you think about your vision and why you started this and what that would mean to your family. Okay, look at Tabitha. She's been able to retire and stay home. What does that mean for her family? Like all these things. That's you. It is all you. And really, it's nobody else gets to have a say in it. If I can just be kind of rude, like they're not paying your bills. They're not going on vacation with you and your family, right? They're not the ones there to spend that extra time with your kids. Or maybe you have the extra money to create this amazing experience because of the business you've built. Like you're the person there doing those things. So I know it's hard, you guys. And I'm kind of spending some time talking about this because it did actually come up last month with some of my team members. And I knew exactly how they felt because I felt the same way and it's really hard to not let that affect you. But I think it's important to know, and Kayla and I talked about this tonight, you don't have to be everybody's cup of tea, right? Like everybody doesn't have to like you. It's hard for me because I'm a people pleaser and I like for everyone to like me, which I think in general everybody would like for everyone to like them and appreciate them, right? But the bottom line is that maybe we're not everybody's cup of tea, and that's okay. I want you to remember, why did you start this? What are your big scary goals? And what makes you you? That's another thing that can help you stay in your own lane. We can get distracted by what this top coach is doing, or what Tabitha is posting about, or what I'm posting about, or what should I be posting about? Think about what makes you special, okay? Think about what makes you stand out. Like for me, I'm that crazy person that you never know what I'm going to say because I got a million thoughts going through my brain, and I might say something crazy. I like to make people laugh. I'm a mom. I'm a wife. Like, what is it that makes you you? And I'm trying to get to the chat box, and for some reason, I can't see it. There we go. Okay, so that's what I want you to think about as you're sharing your story. So what makes you special and different? When you're thinking about your vision even, because it's so important that we share our journey and be as candid as we can. Because the bottom line is we are here to enjoy this journey, enjoy the growth that comes along with it. And most of us started doing this because we have these big hearts and we just want to help people. And when we reach out to them and ask them to join us, it's because we really, truly want them to, right? And we really, truly appreciate them and think they would be amazing. So when you lead with your heart and when you have a servant's heart, how can I help you? Not, hey, you guys, I have this big goal this month. It would really help me if. No. How can I serve you? So these are the things I want you to think about as you're focusing on your growth, your journey, your role as a leader, right, in your own organization. Because the bottom line is, you truly are. We each have our own organizations. Yes, we work together beautifully as a team. Yes, we have amazing support all the way up to the very tippy top of our organization. We have amazing support, you guys, and I want you to know that we have an amazing team. But the bottom line is that you are, most of our visions here are to create our own organization, however big or small. So how do you want yourself to be represented as a leader? How are you going to take on a leadership role, right? So when I think about myself, I think about, okay, I want my team to see the success I've seen. I want to give them the tools to do that. And if I could share any tools with you tonight, it would be to simplify. Okay. So, I was listening to our mindset coach that some of us are taking this course, and he talked about simplicity, and he talked about complication, and he talked about complication being the killer of execution. So how many times have you felt so overwhelmed with the things we talked about before? Life, what other people said to you, all the stuff that, what should I be doing as a coach, or what should I be promoting, or what should my next post be about? All of those things, sometimes we complicate them, and complication can just make us freeze and paralyze us. So I want you to think about simplifying what you're doing. What are you struggling with right now? Share that. What are you feeling confident about right now? Share that. That's what I did this morning. I felt really confident about sharing the fact that there are no shortcuts and you have to do the hard work, but you can freaking do it. That's what I shared this morning. Now, sometimes I'm struggling, and that's what I share. So simplify the tasks. Your vision is to create income for your family. So you know that you have to reach out and ask people to join you. on this journey. So you could think about all the things that that entails, or you could think simply, I really believe in what I do. I know that it's legitimate and it's duplicable and it's sustainable. And I know that when I ask someone to join me, it's coming from a good place. So I'm going to just ask the question. So when you think about replacing income for your family, when you think about building a team, when you think about all these things, I want you to simplify it down. And it really all comes down to asking the question. Because we can think ourselves to death. And what is this person going to think about me? And what are they going to say about me? Well, the bottom line is if you're coming to them from a good place and your heart is in the right place because you just think that this would be amazing for them and you know it can help them, then it doesn't really matter how they perceive you because you're already putting out all these amazing vibes and all of this energy where they know that her heart's in the right place. And if they don't, they're not your person, and that's okay too. Okay? So I feel like I'm shouting at you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to, there's not much noise, but I'm trying to talk over it. So I hope that that helped you when you're creating your post. Think simple. When you're replying to somebody that said, yeah, I'm interested, tell me more. Think simple, you know? Think about what it is you're trying to do and the simplest way to get there. And I know I'm like, it's so easy. No, I understand it's not. And that's why we're here to help you with wording, with responses and all those things. But when you're feeling paralyzed, maybe because you've overcomplicated things, I just want you to think about asking the question, right? Putting it out there, sharing what's on your heart, whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever you're comfortable with putting out there, put it out there. Because somebody is going to resonate with you. And when we talk about your vision, I want you guys to also think about what the path to that looks like, right? Because I cannot stress enough, and I let myself do this sometimes, but if we're not enjoying ourselves and we're not appreciating where we're at now and grateful for where we're at now and what we've accomplished, whatever it may be, then we can get focused on the wrong stuff, right? Like we have the end goal in mind. We know what we want. We have that vision. But like we've got to enjoy the ride, right? Like I love how Brad talks about going on a hike and you're climbing this mountain and you can't wait to get to the summit. You can't wait to get to the peak, right? And we're excited about that. But what if we put blinders on and didn't even like see all the amazing, beautiful nature around us on our way up to said summit? Like, that would really suck if we missed all that beautiful, cool, amazing stuff. That would really suck if we missed that really, really hard part that was a straight up vertical climb and it was so, so hard, but then we got done and we felt amazing. How does that feel in your business when you do something that's really hard and you hit that goal and it feels amazing and you prove to yourself you can do it and look at all the people you helped, right? And when you do it in your own wellness journey, in your own personal life, like, wow, I just lost 50 pounds and I never thought I could do it. Think about the hard stuff as growth, right? Think about that person that said that negative thing, but you didn't let it stick with you. You felt kind of crappy about it and you were upset about it, but you moved on and you continued to share your heart. That's a win, my friends. All those things are wins. So I really want you to focus on what your path looks like as well and enjoying every part of it and letting yourself feel disappointed or frustrated or angry or whatever those feelings are. It's okay to feel those negative feelings, but don't hold on to them. Try to let them go and flow through you and focus on all the things that you are doing and all the blessings that you have and all the people that you are touching in your life. I had a lady, oh my gosh, I'm going to try not to cry. So I have this lady today at work. I work with her. I've invited her a million times, and she either ghosts me or gets back to me every couple months. And I saw her outside the ICU today, and I'm like, are you okay? What's going on? Is everything okay? And she got really teary-eyed, and she said, my mom's friend is not doing well, so I'm just here to help her say goodbye. And she's tearing up, and I'm like, I'm really sorry. And I gave her a hug, And I said, I'm here if you need to talk. And she actually shared some other personal things that she's going through, right? And she's in tears talking to me. And she said, and I'm trying not to cry, you guys. She's like, you're always such a calming presence to me. No matter when you reach out to me, I hope you know that. And it just kind of hit me like, wow, like this is the reason we do this. It doesn't matter if she ever buys a challenge pack from me. It doesn't matter if she ever joins my team. But the fact that like I could be that person for her today on a really crappy day, like that's pretty cool. And quite honestly, I probably wouldn't be in this close of contact with her if it wouldn't be for this business. But I continue to follow up with her because she's on my list. Do I invite her every single time I send her a message? No. If I just invited her 2 weeks ago, I'm going to reach out and be like, hey, how's life? I haven't seen you at work. What's going on? That's the really cool part about this too. So I just wanted to share that with you guys because I just thought it was just another reason that I was reminded today why God placed this in my life, So moving on, I'm so sorry. I just have a few more things to hit with you guys. As you're staying focused, as you're staying in your own lane, it's so important. And you're going to be like, oh my God, she's using this word again. It's so important to do the things. And you guys all know what I'm talking about. It's that C word, consistency, right? Doing the things every day, right? And even if, yes, we're going to have days where we're like, I haven't done a thing for my business today other than I did my workout and I shared a story about it. Okay, you showed up for your business today, right? But consistency is so important. Showing up, sharing, and asking people to join you, right? Those are the three big things. Showing up, sharing, and asking people to join you. Like when you think about it like that, that's simplicity at its best. And being consistent and showing people that they can trust you and that you're their person, even when your life is crazy. I think about how something like my husband losing his amazing job would have hit me 5 years ago. Wow. I honestly, I've grown so much as a person. We've grown so much as a couple. You think about certain things and you're just like, I don't know how I would have handled that if I wouldn't have gone through all this personal growth, So think about that when you're showing up and being consistent with people. It's okay to share the scary stuff and the real stuff, but as long as you're showing up and you're sharing your life and you're asking people to jump in and do this crazy thing with you, then they're going to see that you're not going anywhere. And maybe they're not ready now, but maybe they are next month. Maybe they are next year. Maybe in 2 years, they're like, all right, I want to be a coach because I've watched you for so long. I want in this. Because coaching is about so much. It's about personal growth. It's about friendships. Like I think about all you people and how I feel so close to you, and I never would have if it wouldn't have been for this business, most likely, And I have an amazing group of friends outside of this, and I love them dearly. But I can tell you that you girls know so much about me, and I know I could come to you with anything. So think about the friendships. Think about where you are with your own health and fitness. Like, it's amazing, right? Whether you've had like this huge weight loss transformation or whether you've had this huge health transformation where now you've laid the groundwork for like amazing health the rest of your life. I mean, simply that is worth it to me, So like I said, other people, they probably won't get it at first. And maybe some people will never get it. But they don't have to. Like, do you get it? Do you realize your goals? Do you see your vision? What does it look like for your family? How's it going to feel? How does it feel now? Those are the things that are important. And I think I'm looking over my notes just to make sure because I'm like getting off track here, I feel like. And I think I basically covered it. What I really wanted to hit on is the fact that these are your goals. This is your vision. And no matter what comes your way, I want you to keep that in mind. let your vision like drive your actions every day. You know, on the days when you feel crappy, on the days when you feel tired, on the days like me, when I've been at work and I'm tired and I got pulled over on the way home. Thank God I got a warning and not a ticket. Mike's like, so how much did you just work today to pay your ticket? Nope, I got a warning. Anyway, on the days when you have a crappy, busy day, my vision still says, I want to have the freedom of time with my family and the financial freedom with my family to do what I need to do for them. That means I'm finding time, I'm making time to share my story. I'm showing up for my workouts or whatever it is that I can do, and I'm asking people to join me, even on the days when it's hard, right? So think about that when you're struggling and when your days are great and you're feeling great. Let your vision drive your goals. Let your vision drive your actions every single day, okay? I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I hope I gave you guys some actual like hands-on stuff, what a terrible word, tools to use. I feel like this is so important because we sometimes not that we don't want to talk about the bad stuff or the scary stuff or the negative stuff, but we don't like to focus on that, right? Because, you know, you focus on the positive and you focus on what is and what you want to happen, right? So I do think it's important though to let everybody know that it's okay to have hard days. It's okay when this is hard. It's okay when this feels scary, because it's not a normal thing we're doing. We're going about this whole thing in a completely different way. But in that, it opens up a whole new door to these amazing possibilities and these amazing opportunities that we never would have had. So it shows you, and I hope that makes sense. But I just want you guys to know that we're always here for you. We can help you with, like I said earlier, whether it's wording, with texts that you're sending people, whether it's how to organize your day, whatever it might be. Some of these things are just trial and error as you're growing as a coach, as you're starting as a coach, whatever it might be. And maybe you're jumping back in and maybe you're starting over with whatever it might be. But the biggest thing I can tell you is to share what's on your heart and know that when you come from a good place and when you have a servant's heart, you're never going to go wrong asking someone to join you, and you're never going to go wrong asking someone if this could, this is something that can truly change their life. So, and I really mean that. So always feel validated and excited to ask people to join you. Tabitha, do you have anything? I'm kind of like rambling at this point. I'm so sorry, guys.
No, I think everything you said is just golden. Like, it's literally the secret sauce to build this. And to kind of know, because if you think about it, your vision, like, this is where it gets so frustrating because you want, and this is where I was with the business for so long. Y'all know I run at a fast pace, and that I run at a too fast of a pace to where I like kill myself in the meantime, in which you shouldn't do. But so I thought I could get somewhere very quickly, and you can't. Like, we want it to happen overnight, and we think, like, getting off of a call right now, you're like, okay, I'm fired up. Like, Jessica just inspired me. She said all this stuff, and she put it in such a good way for me to, like, really, the light bulb went off, and I feel so inspired, and I know I need to do this, and I know I want this, and my vision is this, and why have I been getting in my own way? And, like, you have this, like, self-talk with yourself, right? But then what happens? Like, today you're pumped, and tomorrow you wake up and you're like, I'm going to start the day off right. But then, like, Friday you're like, because, like, you just, so what I'm saying is, you have to find that happy balance and medium. But how long could it potentially, and I'm not saying this in a negative way, I'm saying it in, my vision was big. A lot of your visions on this call are big, which is amazing. That means that you can do anything you want to do. It means that's how you're going to build this business. That's what's going to fuel you to build it. But those visions are big, and it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time to create what you're wanting to do. But think of like when Jessica talked about your organization, like I've always envisioned like me having a big organization, and like what we have is amazing. Like the growth that we have on our team, and the potential and the possibilities, and even like if you're at a standstill, like, or you feel like you are just jumping back in, or you feel like you've just been wavering for so long, and you're finally going all in, or whatever it is, wherever you are, like we see it and we believe in you. And that's the beauty of this, is like, no matter how many times you fall, and no matter how many times you're like, okay, I got to do this. Like, why am I not doing this, or whatever. And you have that talk with yourself. It's okay. You know, we've all been there, but it's just, sometimes you just got to dig in and be like, okay, like if I want this to happen in a year, like that's a big vision. That's a big goal. So it's like reverse engineer. What's it going to take me to what's it going to take for this to happen, for my vision to become reality? Like I'm going to have to show up. I'm going to have to take action. I'm going to have to like map this out and have a plan for my week. And that's where I struggle, but I've tried to be better about, you know, planning out my days and knowing the days that I can invest a lot and the days that I just maybe need to take a little bit of a break and present, because that's so that we can have time with. But no, everything you said was amazing. Loved it.
Okay, thank you. You cut out there a little bit at the end, but yes, we heard most of it, I think. Okay, so does anybody have any other questions and or comments? Because we all grow from each other's questions and answering and sharing. So feel free to jump in if you have anything.
Good call. It was exactly what I needed, and it's all been a truth bomb. Uh-oh, we're all gonna die. It's all been a truth bomb for me. My phone's been dying the whole time, so like as I move from room to room, I'm like, plug in, plug out, plug in, plug out. So it's been a struggle, but I'm here.
This is why Kayla is my coach, because we're so the same on so many different levels and what we do and how we act. It's just so, I love how you just like, your vibe attracts your tribe, right?
Right? I'm going to have a tribe of wackos then, so I guess that'll be fun. Oh, well.
No, it's just funny because I'm always like that with my phone when it's dying. I'm like, where can I plug it in? Like, I need to just invest in one of those things that Jamie Simpson has where you just have it with you and lasts forever. And anyway, no, I'm so glad that helped Kayla. And Kayla, I just want to say, like, Kayla's one of those people that she might struggle, and she will be the first one to say, like, hey, help me, I'm struggling. But this girl will never give up. Like, seriously. And that's how so many of us are on this team. Like, we're probably, like, you're probably not going to see us giving up. Like, and that I think is like one of the signs of a leader, and somebody that has like big goals and big visions, because that's what it takes too, you know, is just knowing that things might not go your way. It might not happen in your timeline, but you're sure as hell going to keep pushing, you know? So, anyway, that was just a side note when I thought about what I love about you, Kayla.
Well, thanks.
And I just want to know, what was that blue thing that your phone, you were like, oh no, there's like a giant blue thing that your phone felt like.
A giant trash bag, because I'm over here wrapping Christmas presents, and I always cut the paper way too big. So I have like all these spare pieces, and they just go straight in the trash can. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just muted you again, Kayla. Well, thank you guys so much. If anybody else has anything, please jump in. We do have a thread going. I know we make new threads all the time. But I do have a thread going called the Action Hour Partners, and I usually drop in examples of invites that I'm sending, like I reminded everybody about the call. So if you want to be on that and you're not on that, I think most of us are, I will gladly add you. It's actually not something that you have to check in with every day, but it's just kind of nice to go there for some examples for invites and follow-ups and all that stuff. So anyways, you guys I just want to remind you, focus on your why. Doesn't have to be like anybody else's because it's yours. Just like you're not like anybody else. You're your own person, right? So focus on your why, your vision. Show up, share. I like these 3 things. Like really clicks with me. Show up, share, and invite people to jump in with you. So, I think that's all I have. I'm trying to think, Tab, if there was some other things. Oh, did we want to share about the date for the?
Hold on. Yeah. Yes, I'm going to try to get that event up and going. So we're going to do an after Christmas, like holiday party, like first of the year party, at my house on the 11th. Is that right, Jess? Is that the Saturday? Okay. January 11th. I just felt like with this month is just like so hard, and it would be fun to almost combine it with like a vision party. It might not be as elaborate as our last vision boards. Not that they were elaborate, but I took like the whole time to do mine. But I didn't do very good at that. Anyway, we're going to combine it with vision kind of board party plus just like a fun celebrate whatever. So we'll just have some good food and fun stuff. So I'll set the event up for that. That's really all. Next week, the call is going to be Jackie Hart, Carly Sabev, and myself. And we're running like a leadership kind of just mastermind call with you guys. So I'm going to start doing this where I post the agenda of the month for the calls. Like I'm not going to constantly do a Monday night post. I mean, I'll go ahead and share the link every Monday night, but because everyone knows we have a call every Monday night at 8 p.m. Like it's not a surprise. So anyway, just so you know, the calls are lined out for the month already. The only week we don't have a call is the 23rd. We're not having a call that night. So that's the only week that we're not doing a call. So thank you, Jessica, for doing the call tonight. I'm going to start incorporating more of you guys into our calls just because I think it's good. I think it's great to find something that you're strong, that you're good at, that you feel confident at, because in doing those things that you feel confident and you share about those things, it's going to in turn help you with just getting better as a leader to share what you know, because you're going to teach your coaches what you know. Like you know enough. I don't care where you are in this business, you know enough to help another coach get started with their business. So we're going to start to incorporate more of that, but that's really all. Yeah. The 11th, I'll set that event up tomorrow.
Okay. And I have been adding people to my most recent coach sneak peek. We'll be doing another coach sneak peek in the next 3 or 4 weeks. So be watching for that. However, if you have someone interested, I have a sneak peek that my downline was on, and I've just been tagging people in each of the videos as they're able to watch them. So that's a really great tool to use too. So if you guys have anybody you need added, go for it. And we also have a new coach group that is up and going. So if you have any new coaches that you need help walking them through the beginning, stages and helping really give them a great foundation, we have a group open for that too. So yes, that is everything I think tonight. Does anybody else have anything else? Annie, I am loving the decorations. Number one, I love your built-ins like a lot. Aren't those really cute? And then I love your decorations. Anyway, I got my Christmas decorations up, but the tree still, if I was on my phone, I'd show you. The tree still is not completely decorated, but that counts, right? Need for something. So anyway, I'll let you guys go. Thank you so much for being on the call tonight. This is recorded. So, did we take a picture? Let's take a picture if everyone could smile. Tab, do you want to take the picture for me? And
I already did. I did a boomerang with you in it, but I don't think I tagged everybody, so I'm sorry.
Okay.
Let me, I didn't know how long I was going to be able to be on this call. That's why I.
Yeah.
Say cheese. Aaron said cheese too. Did you hear him?
Did he smile? Okay, you guys have a great week and we will talk soon.